What's good, family? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video right here, we're about to watch this girl explain these claims that the rapper M.I.A. has put out against Jay-Z, Beyonce, and his billionaire friends. Now, we usually don't hear claims against Jay-Z about these certain types of things because it's actually talking about the cult and ex trafficking and stuff of that nature. And this is M.I.A. She was a rapper. She had the Paper Plane song. It was really big. I think it actually was like in Slumdog Millionaire. And again, I like planes. You feel what I'm saying? She was signed to him, and now she's basically exposing it. So I don't know the details. We're about to get the details right now, man. Let's see what's going on.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yo, come and sit down and shut the door. Do you know that there are these shocking, crazy allegations being made against Jay-Z, Beyonce, the billionaire Brofman family? Baby, it got everything. It involves blank holes. It involves blank. It involves everything. And guess what? Here's the crazy thing. It's not so crazy because she's citing court cases showing, at least what she's accusing, that Jay-Z literally conspired with the Brofman family to help take away custody from her child. Now, listen, before we get into this, let me just go over everything. She went into a all caps Twitter rant, and I'll tell you the truth. It is unclear.
This is something you have to question though. Why would they want to take her child away from her? That's weird, actually.
Jay-Z didn't have, let me just get into this, right? Let me just read this because this is crazy. Yeah. Where y'all want to start? Hold on, let me pull this up from the beginning. Baby, this is out of Esquire magazine, so you know it's real. They said M.I.A., if you guys don't know, not M.I.A., but M.I.A., you know, I fly like paper, get high like plane. Sticks and stones and bones.
That was like literally her one song.
Sticks and stones and weed, money when plain. And baby, she was the sounds of 2000 what? 2008 up until 2015. She still has bops. She accuses her former manager, Jay-Z, of being paid off by the Brofmans, the family of her son's father, Benjamin. Benjamin's father, so Benjamin is her baby's dad, right? Is the former CEO of Warner. She alleges and he's also the heir to the Seagram's family fortune. Yeah, that's Seagram. Seagram's tonic, Seagram's ginger ale. Baby, exactly. She alleges all communication with Rock Nation was stopped the day she was served by her ex for custody. She also mentions the government is okay with my child being with a family of convicted blank traffickers, referring to Sarah Brofman, who was found out to be funding a blank cult and the founder of NXIVM. It's a cult. If you guys don't know what, Google it, NXIVM. I would tell you all the sick things they were guilty of, but YouTube will demonetize me. But how are you from a billionaire family and you're out here funding sex blank cult? Anyway, you know how we know this is true? Because Sarah Brofman was found guilty of blank trafficking and racketeering. Billionaires were found guilty of this. They tried to make a cult. You know what? Let me not get into it.
You know what I was thinking about today? I was actually explaining this to my family. That a lot of the times, like the people that are in high position, that have money and power and things of that nature, they end up doing a lot of evil things is because the evil thoughts that they have, they're able to carry out and not face as many repercussions as just a person like, you know, a regular civilian that's doing it. And they have just the access of actually fulfilling that evil desire of whatever it is, whether it's the trafficking or sometimes it's little children like Jeffrey Epstein. And that's why they just end up falling into that evil trap, bro. But like either way you put it, it's just a twisted way of thinking.
Going to be demonetized. Google it, but let's get into her accusations. Claire Brofman was sentenced to 6 years and 9 months in prison for her involvement with the notorious organization. Okay?
Wow.
This is huge. 2024 is the year of truth. And
Yeah,
honestly,
that's a
I
fact.
do believe the fact that these billionaires were involved in that sick mess and was convicted for 6 years, that family's into some dark stuff. And they do have money because I do remember around that time she was like the hottest thing going, and just like that she got blackballed. They would not play her music. She couldn't get any gigs, and I remember being like, what happened? And I remember that she was involved in a custody dispute in the Southern District of New York, and I also remember that she accused the family of basically destroying her livelihood because one of the arguments that her baby's father uses, the billionaire son, was saying that she didn't have any job or any real money, and he's the only one that can care for him. Yeah, I know. Also, side note, they also tried to make an issue out of M.I.A.'s past. If you guys don't know, her father was one of the founding, not found, but one of the biggest freedom fighters in the Tamil Tigers. That's where they were trying to get, of course, freedom back home. And it got so dangerous that her and her mom and her sisters and brothers were sent to the UK to live because they were not safe back at home. And I remember she said something really interesting because she had a lot of anger toward her dad. And anyone that knows anyone involved in civil rights, she said, my dad was concerned with saving the world, but I thank my mother because she only wanted to save the people in her world, talking about her brothers and her sisters. And it was just an interesting, very introspective take on what it actually means to be the daughter or a son of a freedom fighter and the legacy that comes with that and the unspoken pain and sacrifice that you have to get. Anyway,
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
She said, my custody battle was in 2013. My child was 4. I was managed by Jay-Z, who was ultimately paid off by the Brofmans. Then she posted this. Supreme Court, it's from wiki.org. It's about the case about the way her in-laws were funding a child blanketing and a blank
Dang,
cult.
bro.
Anyway, Supreme Court asserted that she ensnared Isabel Martinez and Gabriel Leo, among others, for taking costly classes as part of a fraudulent scheme nationwide by Rainier and NXIVM. So they were also running a pyramid scheme on top of that. How are a billionaire having forced labor, a trafficking, a blank cult, and you're running basically an Amway pyramid scheme? Y'all, greed knows no bounds.
Literally.
They
That's
said
what I was just about to say. That's literally greed. And that's like when you worship money above everything else. They were like it's when people hear billionaires doing bad things, I see that people end up kind of like not liking billionaires or not liking millionaires, or like sometimes it's like not liking money. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that money like causes all that. It's the worship of the money that causes that stuff. It's you thinking that you're God because you have money. Now you can easily have a lot of money, but still give God his rightful position and give money its intended position, so you don't fall victim to the greed and end up doing these crazy things.
Brofman and her husband, so this is the in-laws, founded the Athal Education Group, a France-based offshoot of Rainier's Rainbow Cultural Garden, as well as the UK branch of RCG itself. The school was closed by the authorities in 2020. On June 19, 2019, NXIVM founder Rainier, in-law, was found guilty of blank trafficking and racketeering. At trial, prosecution witness and NXIVM defector Mark Vincenti testified that Sarah Brofman, was among Rainier's trusted group. On January 28, 2020, Sarah and Claire Brofman, now the sisters getting involved, were named as defendants when 80
Wow.
former NXIVM.
I'm literally just thinking about right now. That's probably how they got all their money. Selling actual people. This is insane. This is bad. This is horrible. This is horrible.
Members sued, saying they were victims of blank trafficking, forced labor, and illegal human experiments, and that the NXIVM organization was a pyramid scheme. Y'all, this is sick.
Yeah.
And I feel
a
for
fact.
her because, anyway, she said, I'm not allowed to see my child for stealing food at 18. She got a shoplifting charge at 18.
But at the same time, I'm not putting the blame on M.I.A. And I don't know if she was unaware of this before she had a child with this person, but she had a child with this person. So I feel like if you're gonna have a child with them, you should at least know them, like to a certain extent. And you know, so she's in a sticky position, being so closely affiliated with these people.
When I was poor, yet your government is okay with my child being with a family convicted for child blanketing
Yeah, that's not
and
okay.
blank cults. The difference between me and migrants coming in is that I can't vote. I'm paying US taxes too. This is sick. She said, I sacrificed my career for my child. They ripped me off and copied my style and gave it to their puppets and shadow banned me on every platform. I think this is where she's
Wait, hold
too.
up.
This is sick. Migrants coming in is that I can't vote. I'm paying US taxes too. This is sick. She said, I sacrificed my career for my child. They ripped me off and copied my style and gave it to their puppets and shadow banned me on every platform. I think this is where she's talking about Jay-Z because he was managing her and she was under Rock Nation. But it was worth it to save him from the madness of what you now know. The day I was served for my child, Rock Nation stopped all communication with me, and all my emails to Jay-Z asking for help were wiped from my inbox. My apartment was broken into and every laptop was taken. I was trapped in Brooklyn on an order served that restricted me from leaving Brooklyn for 15 years.
How?
She said for 15 years. Y'all, this is crazy.
Brooklyn?
But again,
Holy
she's calling
shucks.
out Jay-Z because basically he helped. But back then,
That gotta
nobody
be the worst
knew.
feeling. Imagine being trapped in your one specific town for 15 years. That's a horrible feeling. I don't know how she even got that. But I've also seen like other things saying how they actually wanted to sacrifice her son. Because these people were running this entire trafficking thing. And, you know, buying, selling, probably kidnapping. But I heard that they were trying to sacrifice her son. That's why they wanted him so badly. And that's why she explained, I had to leave it to keep my son. So she ended up having to sacrifice her career for her son rather than it be the other way around. Her keep her career and have her son be sacrificed.
The sick stuff that they were into. At least I don't think so. Y'all, what do you think? Her kids are definitely, well, her kid's father and his family are definitely, it looks like, if this can, well, it's on Wiki and the court said it, they are 100% confirmed into some dark mess. And this is what she sacrificed her whole career for, to save her child from. She also accused Aurora James, that's, I guess, the sister-in-law, said she vaccinated my child without my permission. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Aurora James is the billionaire's son, Benjamin, M.I.A.'s baby's father. Aurora James is the new stepmom. The billionaires. She's also super cool with the Kardashians, Emma Gerd, that whole set. When I say
gotcha.
these people are 100% super funded, Aurora James is a stepmom. And she said she vaccinated my child without permission. They manipulated my child by lying to a 12-year-old, pretending to be his mom. Of course, if it's not your own child, you don't care how you can psychologically damage a child with mental games. She is Beyonce and Solange's friend.
Wow.
Okay. So, I mean,
Wow.
Aurora is very well connected. And I don't see how Beyonce and Solange are responsible for this, but I think what she is trying to say is that she is very well connected. Yeah, you guys, I just don't.
Bro, at the end of the day, stuff like this is just pure evil. Pure evil. A whole lot of deception, greed, selfish ambition. And it's at the cost of others too. Like coming in a child's life saying like, yo, I'm your mom, not really saying like I'm your stepmom, your mom is out there somewhere else. but just completely lying and saying I'm your mom, and then one day you may end up meeting your mom, and it's like, yo, I'm your real mom. That's just a whole level of confusion. So it's unfortunate that child has to end up going through something like this, but it all stems from the industry, bro. Her going to the industry, getting entangled with demons or people that have evil, that want to do evil, and now she's just trying to work her way out of it. Crazy story. Yeah. Comment down below any thoughts and opinions that you have on this situation right here. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one the same way you're gonna catch me in the next one. Peace.